Hey, what's up, guys? So here is the Crosman, Crossman or Crosman, haven't figured that out yet, crusher, and I've been really happy with it. It even came with a free target. Now, I've been doing a little bit of research about this gun, and the gun itself, meaning this part, is apparently on several different models. Now, correct me if I'm if I'm wrong, because I really don't know much about this type of air gun or any other air guns other than ones that shoot really fast. But that's what it looks like to me. It looked like the Benjamin Trail uses the same guts and several others. And it's a really solid platform. They claim top rate of speed is 950 feet per second. I'm about to show you that is wildly inaccurate and underrated. What we're going to be doing is dieseling it with a few different things. Now, up here we have some acetone. This is lamp oil in here, some kerosene, WD-40, and some Coleman camp fuel. Now acetone, that's some nasty stuff. So, we'll just have to see what all this stuff does. I was losing faith that the thing would diesel because I'd seen several videos where people were using Vicks Vapor Rub, and I couldn't get it to do it. And then I put a little bit of WD-40 in the back of a pellet and fired it off in the backyard, and had to run inside really quick and wait about 5 minutes and go out there later and ask my neighbor, "Hey, did you hear that?" So I know that works. So I'm kind of sticking with the liquids, and then kerosene, I got high hopes for that. And camp fuel, white gas, which is basically just unadulterated gasoline with no additives. So this should be kind of interesting. Now, for you fanboys who want to say, "Oh, dieseling's bad for your gun, blah, 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 blah." All right, well, that may be, but don't just say that in the comments unless you've actually owned a gun and dieseled it to failure, and then I'd be happy to hear all about it. Now, I was looking at how this thing is built, and inside here there is a strut, a gas strut, just like you would have for opening the hatch on a vehicle or a hood. And that sits inside a piston, and the piston's got like a ring on it that I imagine somewhat seals on the inside of this bore. And so when the trigger goes off, it releases that gas strut, all the energy that's stored up in it, and it pushes the piston forward. So the only place that I can see that this would get damaged would be on that piston seal. It's probably right in here. Now, depending on where that piston is when this detonates, I really don't see it doing a lot of damage to it. And even if it does, I know how to take this thing apart and replace it. And the beauty of this is that this setup, minus the scope, was under $100. And I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around how they can get away with it, because I don't know. It is made in China. So, I mean, that gives a little cause for concern, but it is very solidly built. All right, now I'll shut up because I know you want me to, and get on with the test. Okay, we're going to be using the Crosman Premier Domed Ultra Magnum pellets for this. And they claimed 14.3 grains. We're just going to go ahead and measure each pellet because we're turning grains into foot-pounds before we shoot them. And this first shot will be just a, we're not trying to diesel, we're not putting anything with it. So we're right on the money at 14.3 with that one. Okay, I put probably a couple hundred shots through this gun since the last time it was chronographed, and dieseled it once. And when I chronographed it, it was shooting around 777. And this one is going to get WD-40. I'm just going to shoot another one without anything in it to make sure that all the WD-40 is out of the barrel and clean things out before we move on. Up now we have lamp oil. Another shot to clear things out and to just keep an eye on our, to make sure that we haven't damaged the seal. Wow, let's shoot another one. And up next we have undyed kerosene. Another round to clear things out. Up next we have the Coleman fuel. We're going to try the Coleman fuel one more time. Whew. And finally the acetone. Give that one more shot. All right, now a few rounds to clear everything out and see if I damaged anything. So that was a pretty small sample size for each one of those possible dieselants. Now for the liquid ones, besides the lamp oil, I was using a syringe like this to just with a dull point on there to get it in there. It seemed like while I was doing it, where some of them were shooting under what it would normally shoot at, it just seemed like I was getting too much in there, and maybe that was probably just lubricating the pellet and not allowing it to build up pressure. Not really sure. I'd like to hear what you guys think about this. If you've ever done any experiments with it, what did you find that worked? What did you find that didn't work? Did you have any damage? Anyway, yeah, I'd just like to get a discussion going. I'll see y'all in the comments. Until then, later.